Alright, as you can see, this is what if Deku had the Ten Commandments powers or abilities, whichever name I came up with. But like, I was studying if to add the Demon King's ability I gave to Deku, but I believe that'll make him too overpowered. So I can add it on to a series I did thinking, not a series, another what if of what I was thinking of. But I'll probably start that either next month or month after. No, in a guarantee, depending on how I feel. No, last time I left off was Deku and Liz versus Meliodas. No. Versus Bakugo and Ida, if that's right. So, I believe I left us on a cliffhanger with Elizabeth asking Deku what his ability was, what his quirk is, and them agreeing if them won, he will tell she afterwards. I believe that's where I left off. No. So, yeah, continue from there. So, up in the stands where All Might and the rest of the class one is, then was like, whoa, so he's, wait, who would it be since, Mina will be like, whoa, so he's gonna tell us what his quirk is. I hope they win. And Kaminari's like, yeah, it seems like he has a wide variety of power in his quirk. And I'm just thinking, and Momon Todoroki would be like, well, he said he would tell her. Then thinking in ahead, tell her what his quirk was. He never said he'd tell any of us. I guess this is okay. When the time comes, I guess he'll tell us. Maybe. No. To the actual fight. So Deku and Liz will be walking in, and Deku she. You asked about my core, but what about yours? And she said, what about it? And he'd be like, well, for one, that thing you hit me with, and when we were on the first day, shouldn't have been able to damage me really too much. Right. He says, that thing you hit me with, it seems to hurt quite a bit. And not only that, it seems you aren't showing too much of your abilities as it is right now. And this will be like, yeah, you're kind of right. And then all of a sudden Bakugo will come in flying, trying to hit Deku with an explosion. And Deku would dodge it and just dodge it and kick Bakugo in his stomach and tell Alakalas and say, oh, we'll continue this conversation afterwards. Since it seems someone's impatient. He'll look at Sharon and be like, you think you can find the bomb and let me know? And she'll be like, yeah, I'll find it, just don't take too long. And he says, alright, contact me when you get near the bomb. I'll wait for it. And Bakugo will be like, you bastard. I've been waiting to pay you back for what you did to me on the first day. On the first day. No. Better yet, I've been looking to pay you back ever since we first met. And Deku will be like, Bakugo, Bakugo, Bakugo. You don't seem to learn, do you? I'm honestly tired of repeating myself over and over and over again to you. I specifically remember pinning you down and telling you that if you ever risk anything at me again, or if ill intent towards me, I would injure you. I would injure you so bad that you'd be unrecognizable. No, didn't I say that? I'm not going to. Yeah, right. You couldn't lay a finger on me if you tried. And Deku will smirk, and Deku will pawn this type of smirk and be like, well, if that's the case, I think it's time I put you in your place. So, Deku would hold out his hand. No. I want to die? Nah, I don't want him to lose his sword. No. I want him to lose his sword now. So what Deku would do is, Deku would just crack his neck a bit and hold out his hand and see a trillion darkness. Right? And these little black orbs will come in his hand and he will shoot them. And when he shoot them, each of them will hit Bakugo repeatedly, simultaneously hitting him in various different places. No. Deku could control this to a point where he could stop it from like boring hole through the person's skin. Or he could sulfur it so much that it just feels like a tiny bowling ball with the same amount of weight on it hitting you. And then multiply it by like 500. So, you know, it feel real pain. So he started hitting him and Bakugo hot down on his knees and like, I'm stuck off on it. They're like, what the hell is that? And Deku would just say, well, I warned you. BAM! Kick in the face. He was slowly starting to walk up to he. And Bakugo would try again and try to hit you with that explosion. Deku would dodge it and whisper heavy metal, which just, well, he ain't dodge it, he ain't just a heavy metal. When he said heavy metal, no, the explosion ain't do nothing to him. Deku's like, I guess this will come in handy. So like, same time he do that, he hit Bakugo and he got like and caving it in a little bit. Because even though it's a defensive thing, even if you add it on to a blow, it can still hurt. So he drop a blow and cave in his stomach, and people in the top of the room tell that, oh my, he gotta stop this before he seriously injure Bakugo. And at the same time, Liz will tell Deku that she found where Ida is with the bomb. And Deku said he coming up. Just give a second. So he will kneel down to Bakugo level now and hold he here until you're extremely lucky. If this was me from a few years ago, a few centuries ago, you'd be dead. Like, referring to like Meliodas and how Meliodas used to be. Even though he reincarnation, he them to still get he still get like tricks of how some of the commandments is be. So he would if you remember, he has Meliodas cool and thing dark and ruthless personality, but got more speed and Zeltress calm, collective type of what's the right word? Type of mindset. No. That he'll start to walk up his steps and say how and say meet up on what Liz were like the third floor and which room is he in? She'll say this one over here on the right. He'll so what do you got? So do you have a way to get in or were you just waiting upon me? Actually, but I was just waiting upon you. I assume you took care of Bakugo. And he'll be like, yeah, I don't think you could fully heal him like you did before. And she'll be like, we'll see. So, but she ain't open the door and instinctively either and try to hit you with a kick, but Deku would block it with his hand. And no, this will surprise either, this will surprise Liz, and she'll be like, whoa, so you can be a gentleman. That's interesting. And Deku had to be like, ugh, what the hell? My body moved instinctively just to save this girl. What the hell is really going on here? And she'd be like, well, even though that was gentlemanly like, I won't be needing your help. So she would be like, arc. She would put either in the arc, I start to move both. She had like how King does move both he fingers with his spear. I'll be like hitting he up and down the wall. Not like and be doing a bunch of critical damage, just like enough to make you pass. So she doing it and bouncing around the wall, and that who like, ugh, I hate. And what she done then will touch that whole wall and touch the bomb, and All Might would say the hero team wins, and that could be like, oh, I hope I'm not in that thing anytime soon. So she would come and heal. I think ignite. I think that's what name. And she would heal Eden and Bo. Eden. No, she didn't Bo, and she'd be like, sorry if what I did hurt you too much, and you'd be like, no, it's fine. And Deku wouldn't really care. So when they walk down now, she will look at Bakugo and be like, ignite. And this will only heal this will only get rid of like the bruises and tank on heat. Ain't really healing heat internal damage, so that's like it can, but this is a lesson. She can't always rely upon he to he or she every time he annoy Deku. No. And then get back upstairs. Mike would tell Deku that he shouldn't have done what he did, and he shouldn't have taken it so far with young Bakugo. And All Might would do this, and All Might would like hold Deku shoulder and put the grip on it, and Deku would be like, All Might. All Might would be like, yeah. I mean, he said this though he had the cold and ruthlessness and come out, and it gets same chills down everybody's spine right there. Now he'd be like, I recommend you remove your hand before I remove it for you. Just a little cool promise, cause you know, try it's a promise. And I'm gonna be like, what? Bam! Just straight up cut to the jaw. And I'm gonna be like, what the? And rattle he headed for a second, right? And he just started to stumble back and drop power on me. And I'm like, what the hell? This kid. Why does he hit so hard? And Deku will walk up to him and start to think like, did I just tell you to remove your hand? And Liz will just come up, hold he but he right hand, wrist, and he will look back and be like, I should tell you you're taking it a little too far, don't you think? Come on. Class is over. And you still have to tell me what your quirk really is. So just let it go and come on. And I feel it. Fun. I mean, so like that'll be like early in the morning or so. I can't on to lunch. So them dress then gone, and he had Liz in the classroom now, cause it's lunchtime, but them in the classroom, and them discussing it. So that gonna ask you what her quirk is. And Liz will tell him, well, technically I have 2 quirks. And he's like, huh, 2? What are they? And she would say, well, the first one is like, if I was to play, it would probably be like a light and a darkness quirk. But it seems like the light is like stronger, while the darkness is more of like a passive type quirk. Huh? And she was like, alright. Let me explain it. So the light part of my body helps me to manifest wings. And she will manifest she archangel wings. However, the 4 or 6 wings the goddesses just got, some of the higher up goddesses have got. So she showed he that she put it back in, and it also gives me the ability to heal with ignition, the arc which I can use to attack, as well as an ability to boost someone's what's the word now? Boost someone's endurance. So for a normal quirkless person, if it was to do that, they wouldn't be able to feel. They will be able to fight even if their arms are broken, and they'll be able to do it until, well, I guess they die. They're like, whoa. So what about the passive one? I should be like, yeah. And the darkness one is kind of weird. He's like, how weird? Well, if I was to play, I'd play, and it says probably like a vampire type quirk. Like, she would, huh? What do you mean? Well, let's see. She will find saying in class and like cut she hand and show he that it and it like automatically does regenerate. So all the blood that spill out does automatically go back into she hand and she like it seems the darkness grants me in instant regeneration and I'm able to drink blood and increase my physical strength a little bit more than how it actually is. And I could probably do a little more few things with it, but I haven't really trained it as much. As, and I could be like, you should. I should be like, huh? What do you mean? If it's like a vampire quirk, what it means is you could probably bite the person and put them under your control. And you'll be able to gather information from them if you become a top hero, which you most likely will. And she's been like, oh, control someone. So I don't understand that anime girls is putting their hand to them and bite them, you know, I think I'd be like I should be like, maybe I should bite you so you would listen to me more. And that could be like yeah, not like it would work. I don't think you have enough strength as a rogue now to do that. I should be like, oh, so you want me to do it? And that could like and I'll catch Deku off guard and like he'd be like, oh, whatever. And so she would ask like, so what's yours? What's my what? And she'd be like, don't play dumb. What's your quirk? And Deku would be like, oh, I'm quirkless. And she'd be like, huh? What do you mean you're quirkless? He'd be like, yeah, I'm quirkless. So what about all the things you're able to do with the flames and the bird and to counteract quirks? What do you call that? Oh, and he'd be like, oh, that's not a quirk. That's just genuine power. It's far superior than a quirk. She'd be like, huh? So Deku would just sit down and be like, alright, well, I'll tell you a little bit I'll tell you about two of my abilities. I hold the I am the holder of the Ten Commandments. She'd be like, from the Bible? And he'd be like, yes and no. It's more of the demon side of the commandments. Instead of you being affected with something nice, you're affected with a curse. No. The first one I ever received was called the commandment of love. Those who have ill intent towards me lose all ability to raise a hand against me. But from what I've seen so far, if you don't have any ill intent towards me, it doesn't activate. For instance, when you hit me in the face, and she's like, it seems you're still hung up about that. And he was saying, be like, that, and it seems I'm able to, after a short period of time, I'm able to go into my head and train with the people that held the power before me. And it seems like too, I probably gained their traits. And she's like, huh? What do you mean traits? Well, the original wielder of the commandment of love He says he seems like I'm one of his predecessors, and when he used to hold the commandment, he used to be cold and ruthless. That's why you see me behave the way I am. And then there's some that who aren't whose demeanor isn't nothing interesting. Like the latest one I got, it gives me patience and a stupid amount at that. And I'm able to see how strong someone is just by looking at them. And she's like, "Oh, really? So if you look at me now, what's my power level? Well, not power level. How long does it? What's my strength?" And I'd be like, 2,000, 1,500 in strength, 5,000 in spirit, and 20,000 in magic. So in total you have 23,500 in total. If my math is correct, if I'm fuck it up. Let's say it was like 1,500, 2,000. Yeah, alright. 23,500. And she's like, "Oh, what do you mean a spirit?" Well, like, how to put it? Like, if someone has a mind control quirk and it's weak, it won't be able to do anything because of how strong your spirit is. And your magic is probably like what that light side of yours can do. So probably if you ingest, and then he'll think like, she'd be like, "What?" He'd be like, "Bite me." She's like, "Huh? Bite me and take in some of my blood and see what I want to see how far you're probably pushed." So she will bite he, and everybody will walk in the class because lunch then we hear lunch bell saying down there in the conversation, and then we see like she biting down on his neck, and all them will be staring at the door and like, she will hold back and like with a still drunken face because it's the first time she ingests in blood, and a strong set at that. So she'd be like, "Whoa." She'd be like, what do you feel?" She'd be like, "My senses are getting heightened and I feel incredibly stronger." I'm like, "Oh, well, let me check." And then he would see like, "Oh, 5,000, 5,500 in strength, 4,000 in spirit, and the magic's still the same." It seems like drinking blood increases your senses and your physical strength, since that'll be able to counteract with how much magic you have. And she would just like turn she had to be like, "You guys can come in now. You know that." She would be like, no. She'll be like, "Alright, that's enough for today. We have eavesdroppers." And he'd be like, "Huh?" He'd turn around, he would see the rest of the class, and she'd be like, "Oh, when class is finished, we can finish this discussion." And so she gonna sit down. Cool. Alright. So all the girls will be like, "Oh, I guess they're dating now." And same fellas will be like, "I don't know what she sees in him." And this Oraka will be like, "Well, he is decent looking, but it's just he acts a little bit ruthless and villainous sometimes, but he isn't a bad looking guy. And the boy didn't really expect him to hear that from she, but and then so then we'll look at she and then be like, saying I see girls will agree and be like, yeah, he isn't bad looking at all. So school done and then we'll walk out. He and Liz will walk out and Deku will tell she like, I could help you raise your physical strength some more. I learned an ability, but it's not my kind of style. It'll most likely suit you. And she'd be like, oh, what's that? It's called the giant king stance, and from what I've seen is when he dances, his physical strength and magical power slowly increases the more he dances. She'd be like, oh, okay. So what? You want me to come over? No? He'd be like, nah, it's Friday. You could probably come tomorrow. Oh, just. And she would like, say no more. Give me your phone. He'd be like, huh? Your phone? Oh, am I going to contact you to know where you live? He like, so you get she phone, she get your number, yada yada yada, she's a boy, and that one she wait. Oh, can you show me how to what's the right word? It's show me how to fly, and she'd be like, oh, the wings are part of my quirk, but if you was to control some of your abilities, probably more, you'll be able to manifest your own type of wings. And manifest my wings, huh? Even thinking that I should probably ask the rest of the commandments about it. He'd be like, alright, I'll contact you later tonight and show you and tell you where my location is. So she would fly off and say bye. No. Deku would get home, relax see body and grab her the curse mark. Her head he got that power right now, so she be relaxing for a bit, excuse me. And Inko and see how school goes. Right, not much. I gave a girl my number, and probably tomorrow she'll be here so I could help train her. And all Inko here was girl number. Come over tomorrow. And she'd be like, oh, you finally met a girl? And then he'd be like, huh? What do you mean, finally? And she'd be like, well, I was kind of worried that, you would be a little funny. He'd be like, oh, funny? Into guys. And then you're like, what? Why would you think that, Mom? And she'd be like, well, I never see you talking to too many girls, really, and I was honestly kind of getting worried, but now that I know you have a girl's number, and she's coming over tomorrow, that's exciting, Izuku. Mom, I'm just showing her something I've learned. It isn't nothing so serious. Yeah, but I guarantee you wonder why you can't be cool like everyone else. To everyone else but her, right? You're like, huh? Well, you are my son, and I have been keeping an eye on you, Izuku. To me, it seems like when it comes to other people you don't know, you give this cold reaction to them. But to me, I the way you speak isn't it's still cold and it's still cold, but it isn't as how you say it to other people. And I'm sure you don't talk to her in that type of manner. I can be like, no, actually, I don't. Actually, she kind of, she's kind of a pain. Every time I talk to her or give her some sort of cold reaction, she gets on my case, and I go along with it, so she doesn't be mad at me. And she equal upon some sort of smuggle up my face and he go, oh, and she'd be like, yeah, you like her. Oh, damn. I'm not eating. I'm going to bed, Mom. I think she'll be here probably at 10 in the morning, so we could train, so I could show her what I know. Alright, so he will get in his room, he'll message she saying she need a location, whatever. And he would sit down and he'll start meditate. He might skip. And he'd be looking around, he'd be like, And then he would see Meliodas and Zelda pop up. And he'd be like, whoa, I haven't seen you two in a while. What's up? And they would be like, well, it seems like you've met our wife's reincarnation. He'd be like, excuse me, what? Yeah, and then he also talk and it's like, yeah, that girl you met, named Liz, that light side of her comes from the woman I love. And she's from the goddess race. So that's probably why her arc was able to damage you. But then I'll just be like, yeah. And the darkness side, the vampire side she talks about, is probably from the woman I love. I think she was a full-blooded vampire. He like, huh? I see. But wait, if that's the case, why would both of their abilities transfer into one girl? And Meliodas and Zal just look at each other and be like, how are we supposed to know that? What? Yeah, we know reincarnation is a thing, but it's not up to us to decide what happens with the power that goes to someone. And he'd be like, fine, whatever. Honestly, I'm glad that you two are here. There's something I wanted to ask you two. If you like, huh? What is it? I asked her, I wanted to know a few things. If someone is afflicted with my commandment, say, one speaks one. One speaks one is like, then like, oh, you can't tell her what your emotions are, right? You can't tell her what you feel. And he'd be like, how'd you know? Well, I must remember Mon Speak was a part of the commandments. We do know he loved Derriere, but he wasn't able to tell her anything because of the quirk of the commandment's curse. And Deku will be like, so what? Am I going to be like that as well? And then be like, well, not really. And he'd be like, huh? What do you mean, not really? Well, the commandments themselves were completely destroyed a few thousand years ago. Well, a few million years ago. It's just that since you're my descendant and you have the dormant power, thanks me as elders for the last few people to hold all ten commandments in our bodies, little bits of their fragmented power still will reside in you. No, the curse won't be as strong, but it will still be a little, you know, drawback. So you can tell her how you feel, but you won't be able to say too much. And he will look at it like, that still doesn't help. And the other should be like, it kind of does. Because would you rather not tell her anything at all, or tell her, but you can't fully explain it? And they could be like, oh, I see. I understand a little bit more of the power I hold, and he'll ask, and then second question he'll be asked is like, have any of you flown before? Had wings before? And they'll be like, yeah. If you think about how you want your wings to look, well, you can do it right off the bat, and so they would just populate the little darkness wings they got, and he would be like, yeah, well, we can't flap them like birds, unless you put darkness around your arms and you imagine to fly, and you flap them like a bird, then you'd be able to fly. Normally, it's just like you launch yourself up and you glide to where you have to go. And that could be like, huh, I see. And then he would ask, he like, earlier today, I had a little, I had a little class, and the guy I had a little fight with, just for like a training exercise. I told him that he was lucky it wasn't me from 3,000 years ago, or a few centuries ago, and it wasn't me that was talking. And that was me. And my lips was like, oh shit. No, my lips is obviously like, oh shit. And then be like, what do you mean, oh shit? Then my lips was play Yanni Baki and be like, well, to be exact, you're getting more like me. Even if you don't have all my cold and ruthlessness, it's probably rubbing off on you. And he was like, well, hopefully you don't, someone stupid doesn't hurt that girl you like, or seriously injures you. He was like, huh? What do you mean? And like, well, to be exact, a few years after I left the Ten Commandments, the woman I love was killed in front of me over and over again. And each time I'd lose control of my rage and sadness. One time she died and I completely destroyed a whole wait, is no a whole castle? Is a whole castle or a whole city? And they can be like, what? Meliodas would be like, yeah, it completely destroyed the entire city. The hole's probably covered up by now, but it was back a few years ago. It was like part of a chunk of the top layer of the planet was gone, since they completely obliterated that area. Whoa. And he like, so wait, what does that mean for me? And he was like, well, if you're my descendant and you have my, hopefully you don't have my temper. And so I just be like, yeah, he has your temper. That could have just an annoyed look. I see, told you he has your temper. Be like, oh, I just hope you don't see that girl get hurt or you get injured. Cause if you have my temper, more than likely you'll be put in your assault mode more quicker normal than normal. And that could be like, huh? Assault mode. And that could Melrose be like, yeah, it was something I came up with. And it used to send fear into anyone's heart that I fought. It was like a cloak of darkness surrounding my lower body and parts of my upper body. The cloak would be an automatic defense, so it could attack anyone that comes close to me. And it kind of made me bloodthirsty. But like, huh? Oh shit! I really hope. I really hope I don't get that. And I could be like, no, this will. You'll be fine. With enough training, you'll be able to control it even better. Probably even better than me. And deku, and then so how many commandments have you gained so far? Like, huh? Oh well. Between love and piety, I have Speaks commandment of resonance. I think that's it. And Droll's commandment of patience. So I guess 4 out of the 10 so far. Let's see. Well, a few of the rest of the commandments, some of their abilities won't be as useful. Well, and when you get there, you'll see, kid. Alright. So during that whole time he's talking, the dear cam, Liz show up and Deku shows she how to do the dance, and she was dancing and she do it till she peaked, and Deku was like, whoa. If you were to drink more blood and while doing that dance, you'd probably be on par with me. Oh, just barely. And so Inka will tell Deku that she leaving home to go and collect a few things from the main part of the city. We just see the main part of the city is like a market where they can get them in Japan. And we just said she get any store in the city because that's where she could get a few more extra items she need. And that could be alright, fine. So when that happened, Liz will be like, well, since I've basically seen the dance and I can do it, I'll learn it on my own time, so you don't have an advantage over me. And that's good. Yeah. So and so then we're walking, she was sitting down and started to talk to he, and that could finish explaining, and she would ask, so are you gonna finish telling me about your quirk? You're like, oh yeah, you're gonna get to finish telling me. And he went, oh, Alright. Well, you already know about the commandment of love. Next is probably the commandment of piety, which is those who turn their back against me become my slave. It's like, whoa. Yeah. And from what I've learned from the one of the princes, the other prince that held this commandment said, whoa, a prince? Yeah, the holder of the commandment of love was, well, a prince, and that's the line, but he betrayed his clan for the woman he loved. She's like, whoa. And this, and the prince that held the piety commandment, he taught me how to use the sword in a much faster way. So instead of just swinging it, it could probably at least hold the hilt and slash a person probably about 500 to 1,000 times before they realize it, which is still nowhere compared to him. She's like, whoa. So she will come now, she will look at he, then he, and that could be like, what? She'd be like, so I've been meaning to ask, are these your real eyes? She'd be like, huh? Yeah, I've been noticing that you always have this mark on your forehead, and your eyes are always this cold looking darkish purple. So I was wondering if these were your real eyes. And he was like, no, they aren't. I only have my mark activated when I'm at school or training or in a fight. But when I'm home, he will just relax the mark and be like, I'm normally like this. And she would see he emerald green eyes and be like, well, when you're alone with me, take the mark off. And she would be like, why? She would come, sit down on he lap and be like, you're much cuter with the mark off. And he would blush and say, oh, is that so? And that's where I left it off. Yeah. Caught blocking saying, you horny people that there. Yep. If you like it, you know what to do. Hope you enjoy it. Should I drop something else today? If I don't drop something else today, I'll probably drop it like something tomorrow. No, tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. I shouldn't be busy tomorrow. So I'll probably drop it tomorrow. We should drop it tomorrow. I should probably get to Sephiroth at Esports Festival. Or Villain Deku. I'm probably good at Villain Deku, man. Nah, but again, Esports Festival with Sephiroth, because that's where I left this off for now. Hope you all enjoyed.